Well, nice morning this morning. I've just been at the core there to do the city thing, Science City event. There's a lot of nefarious transmitters on these power access points, but I'm going to do something because it's quite interesting. There's a transmitter down here, and I want to see what the radiation levels are like. Okay, so you see it there? Horrific. Well, we're in the centre of Newcastle. Seen some high radiation levels. So you've got to remember, right, every single transmitter they put up just adds more radiation into a city. So you see, if you look at the levels there, it is crossroads. Now you've got to remember, the international standard, or the international guidelines, 200 millivolts. So you can see there, you're significantly over, and you've got to remember it's ubiquitous. So this is a continual radiation emission causing sterilisation, increase in death. You see, since the 2019 switch on of this ubiquitous radiation emission, I mean, these are catastrophic. They're continual, 5 times over. You know, they got guidance from the European 216 scientists. The courts have deemed 200 to be the chronic exposure levels anywhere, and there you see them in the thousands, 5 times over. Well, all that's going to happen, people are going to die. Anybody that knows Newcastle, being here for a night out, there you go, big market, top of the big market, an unsuspecting population, radiation, look at that, 2 volts, 3 volts, see that bounce of 3 there? So that's 3,000 millivolts, and the maximum, the international courts, 3 volts, that's 4,000 they're hitting there now, 4,000, they're cooking them to death. They're microwaving the population to death. They don't know, that's why they call a secret killer. Secret silent killer. 2,000, hit 4,000 there before, and the maximum the international courts have said is 200 for chronic exposure. All these people are being microwaved to death. And your councils fitting more and more radar, look at the radar up there. So we've got radar, scanning, spying, digital communications networks, all lethal to life. So here we are, Gray's Monument. What they mean by clean air, dirty air zone, radiation air, look at that. 2 volts, that's 2,000 millivolts, 1,300. The Council of Europe 1815 resolution maximum is 200. They're microwaving them to death and they're dying en masse. An extra 250,000 since they switched this shit on. You see, what they want to do, your little plod want to spy on you, and they want to radiate you to death with microwave radiation. You see, cannot see it. It's quite interesting, isn't it? So when they switched on the 5G, 219, extra 250,000 to 300,000 people dead in the UK. This is that clean air zone. See that? That's 2,000 millivolts. It's 20 times over, and 10 times over. We've got 4,000 at the top of the big market there, and we're outside of, this is Gray's Monument, look, nice big monument, radiating the people to death. Toxic air, radiation air, toxic to the max. That's why they're getting sick. This is what causes pneumonia, that's what causes flu, that's what causes, see that, 3,000 millivolts, killing people, murdering them en masse, 250,000 up to now. Let's just see how the body count keeps on cranking up, because it cannot cover up the bodies. So we're on a bus here. I'll stitch this together so you can see you are significantly higher than the regulatory standard. 4,000 millivolts pumped into there, that's maximum 200. So I repeat, so this is your public transport, are cooking them to death on the public transport. Microwave radiation, ubiquitous. causing pneumonia, flu-type symptoms and death. So we're just getting off the bus, Lobber Hill here. We're just gonna look at that. I mean, look at this radiation of that. Obviously at the top of Lovely Hill. You know, I was getting a bad head in Newcastle. No wonder people are getting pneumonia and flu-type symptoms. I mean, that radiation level is absolutely catastrophic. No wonder people are dying. They're dying in larger numbers. This is killing them. And your government will tell you that's perfectly safe and doesn't cause pneumonia and flu and corona-type symptoms, which is a lie. They're liars. They're pathological liars, as we should all know, and they're total anti-science. So here we are, top of Lovely Hill, next to the Catholic Church, right? And obviously, these are obviously assisted living, and you'll see the radiation levels there, 6,000. So that's 6 volts, 6 volts, 5 volts, 6 volts, 6 volts, 6 volts, 7 volts, 7 volts. That'll kill you. No wonder I'm getting a bad head. And obviously, there's the offending piece of kit there. Yeah? They say that's safe, and I'm going to tell you now, that will kill large numbers of the population. It's accumulated over time. You've got to remember, 200 millivolts, I'll say it again, 200 millivolts, the international courts have stated is safe. That's 3,000. I am getting a really bad head now. Okay, so I'm going to have to go away. Like I said, I mean, look at that, 7 volts. These people will die. It's killer. It's murdering them by the thousands per week. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible how they're getting away with this. I mean, look at that. Crazy levels of radiation. No wonder people are getting nosebleeds. I mean, look, there's 8 volts. Unbelievable.